Um, at first, I really didn't have a well-formulated thought on this topic, but after several days of this playing in my head, I thought it was really time to really stop and say something about SNAP benefits and how we find ourselves where we are in this country. I know we talked about it already once before earlier in the week. Let's talk about it again. So, three things. If you're in what we call the richest country on the planet, in the world, hunger is a choice. Hunger is a choice. The American government is allowing up to 40 million Americans to go without food. There's a $5 billion reserve that thankfully two judges, as we can see, have said you must use. But it's not like they can just turn that spigot on and that those funds just start flowing back in a day, right? The second thing is they're using hunger as a weapon of war against American people. What's even more incredulous is they're using it as a weapon of compliance. So people will not speak up against what they see is happening. You be quiet, you do not speak out, and we will feed you. It's one of those very same things that they did to slaves: food, water, shelter. They use those as weapons of war and compliance against the slaves to work for free. And thirdly, they're also using this as a weapon of compliance against Democrats, right? You do what we say, and we will feed the people. You do what we say, and we will put people back to work. You do what we say, and we will do. We're not going to work with you, but we'll do what we have to do in order to make it look like we are working with you. So, we have been talking about, especially in places and spaces of doing the work of organizing and doing the work of doing the woke work that it takes in this country to actually try and move this country back to something that we can call a democratic republic. We've been talking about a general strike. We've been talking about closing our checkbooks, closing our wallets, closing our man bags, our purses. Maybe it's time to just do the damn thing. Maybe it's time to just shut the whole system down so that we can really prove that we are really serious out here. So, to those of us who are in conscious and woke spaces, those of us who are still woke, well, maybe it's just time to just be about the business. Maybe it's time to just shut the whole thing down. Just some thoughts.